Well, hello everyone, this is Price Headley. Happy to have you back for another weekly video market outlook from Big Trends. Here we are actually Wednesday morning, August the 12th, 2009. I've been tied up the last couple of days, but wanted to give you kind of an outlook for the week ahead, for the rest of the week. And really what we're looking at here is a market that we've got a little pullback going on the Dow, which is setting us up for a near retest. We're not quite there yet on the percent R indicator. We've talked about how bullish this has been on the Dow move outside of the acceleration bands. Remember, that's a unique tool that we use at bigtrends.com to find these rare breakouts when you really get the surge, one and then two closes above the 20-day upper band there back on July 20th. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks as a bullish event for the Dow and the markets, and it has been quite a nice ride. Now we're just now getting, as of yesterday's action, a close back under the band, but that's not necessarily an exit. It used to be back in the 90s, that's when I would cut and run, but the reality is that today's markets are noisier. So that's why we use these other filters to use the acceleration bands to show us the first takeoff point and then where is the retest from here. Interesting on this chart, we've got not only percent R, which needs to retest back under the 80 threshold, which will give us the next low risk entry point. I expect that to come anytime in the next few days. But we're also getting a little pullback in the Big Trends efficiency ratio, which is also something you can't find most places. You can find it here at bigtrends.com in our tools and resources via the Trixie chart with the 20 bar efficiency ratio, what I like to key on. Usually a test back to the 30 threshold is going to be a key test after we've been hovering above it here. So this is a good positive trend here still based on these key measures. Now if we look at the other major averages, you look at the NASDAQ 100, QQQQ, it too has been very, very strong. We're just coming back to the midpoint of the bands, the 20-day moving average, and notice we're near a retest. We're at 84 on percent R, needs to get under 80, remember, and we're to 35 on efficiency, and under 30 would be another retest. So we're setting up for, while the markets are up just a little bit here this morning on Wednesday morning, the reality is that we're probably going to see a little bit of bumpiness here, and you want to get that little pullback to give you that next low risk entry point. So everything still positive for the Qs as well. And we look at the SPY, the S&P 500 spiders, they've been leading relative to the Qs here in recent days because of the leadership in financial stocks. So basically here we are with the efficiency back to just under 42 and the percent R back to just under 85. So again, while they're coming back into the acceleration bands, that doesn't concern me as much as what happens after we get our next retest. Remember, through the last bull phase, we had several nice retests where basically you got great low-risk buying points for great snapback rallies. Even within the bands, that's probably what you're going to see is that we get a retest back around the 20-day moving average, and then we snap back up towards the upper band, currently at 101. And so the reality is that, you know, a little bit more of a pullback would be a healthy thing for the markets. As we look at the VIX, the volatility index is where we'll finish with today. The VIX has started to pop back up. We said it was too low back here at 23 in the last couple of weeks, and it's been gradually rising. Now our bands are showing a range between 28 on the upside and about 22 on the downside, and here we are hovering just above the 20-day moving average around 26 on the VIX. So, you know, we'd like to see that pop up a little bit more towards 28 or so. Notice that we're getting percent R popping just back up above the 20 threshold, but it hasn't been really breaking down when it moved under 20. So this tells us it's kind of the bottom of the range and is due for a little snap up, which would be a rise in fear, which would come on that next little pullback that we want to see for the next good low risk buying point. So all in all, bull trend intact, but in a little bit of a corrective phase within that. That's healthy if the retest can hold, and that's the key, is once we find a retest, it must hold on a closing basis in order for us to stay with the bull trend. So that's what we're looking at for the rest of the week and into early next week. Hope you have a great trading week ahead, and we'll look forward to seeing you back again early next week. Trade well.